Hello and welcome to the TNE Regionals round 15 here in the lovely Singapore. I'm your host DxT Hobo, and joining me as always now is the lovely DxT Ferret 172. Ferret, how you doing, pal?
Oh, I'm good, Hobo. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to this race. It's one of my favourite, another one of my favourite tracks is Singapore. So I am very much looking forward to this.
I'm quite shocked that you like this track.
It's probably another tilt track. It's definitely another tilt track.
It is. But to be honest, it's one of the better ones. Definitely one of his best street circuits he's ever done.
Yeah, no, it's a really good track. It fits quite well in with the city. And as a street circuit, it's not like Monaco. Oh, we have full rain here as well in quali. I wonder how that's going to affect the race.
See, I've got a thing, right? I either like it to rain a bit in the race, so it's like dry to wet or wet to dry, or full wet quali, because for me then it shakes up the pack, which means that we're going to see some overtaking action within a race.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. It's going to be very, because everyone goes out of position. The rain is the great equaliser, as it's known in F1. Wet quali
you'll have
thunder.
You'll have a lot of drivers out there who are not confident enough to be going out in the wet. They'll probably be sitting there working out what's the best strategy to do, as we can see a few cars just about to poke their heads out and see what they can do.
Who's the bravest?
I think that's a Haas.
I think it might have been Leon. Yeah, it is Leon. Leon, the first one out to set a time with his full wets on, as you can see there. Everyone has chosen the full wets. Haven't seen full wets in a little while here on Tuesday regionals.
Well, it's that track does look like it is like full of puddles.
Definitely.
It's
going to take a few laps to get this track dry.
Yeah, we're not privileged enough to see the weather forecast, but you just look at it. Yeah, it's a dry race. So these drivers are going to have to balance out whether they want a good qualifying or very good race pace.
I think, you know what? I think bearing in mind qualifying is very short, 16 minutes. Like I said, that we've got left now. It's 18-minute quali. I think the best option is to always choose the race strategy over the quali, because you never know how to race. You don't want to be driving a boat when it's completely dry on track. So it's even more difficult for these drivers.
Yeah, but then if you're a driver like Ralchio, then he needs to get out in front, because him starting at the back, especially on Tuesday, he does seem to have a few bumps and scratches on his way up. Yeah, so he would want to be up higher than most of the others.
So let's quickly have a look now at the current race standings based from last week. Starting with your driver standings, obviously. So first of all, we have Amar Singh leading the way, as you would expect, being Amar Singh, DxT Singh I should say, leading the way with a 233, storming ahead right now. He's currently 84 points ahead of his closest rival Axel Axeri with 149. We have Joe Roberts, who's made a massive jump up to third place with 144. We have Stinos with 135. Crominio with 139, who hasn't been here for a few races as well, so he's losing ground on that one. Thierry Delaney, TP, with 113. DxT Matty with 103. Ralchio himself with 67. Charoux with 57. Rappolt with 51. Bubble Rock with 30. 16 is Decky, so he's finally got a gap between himself and TNE Matty, who's on 12 points. Get Carter and Leon are tied with 15th place with 10. Then we have Wild Gamer with 6 points, and yet to score we have Ari, Nicky Neiman. So there we go. I do have a space left, and Samad has obviously here to cover as well. Samad, you can't see at the moment, but as you can see there, Samad is our reserve today. So as per the rules in the TNE, reserves can't qualify, so he will start at the back of the grid.
Yeah, he resigned that early, so that's decent of him.
Yeah, very good. So very quickly, through the constructors. Sorry, guys. Quickly, so McLaren with leading the way with 278. Alfa Romeo with 243. We have Williams with 239. Red Bull with 238. So very tight at the top still. Mercedes with 192. Alpha Tauri with 90. Racing Point still on that lovely number 69. Renault with 46. Haas with 24. And Ferrari, 15 races in, are still yet to score. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I was just saying about Scotty Harris. I wasn't too sure what was going with it. He was out on an out lap and he came back in. I think he might have got like a bit of minor damage out there in the slippy wetness.
Definitely easily done that round, especially in Singapore. It's a track you don't really want to go around with any wing damage whatsoever.
Oh no, you need all the downforce you can get, especially you go through Sector 3, which goes underneath the Esplanade.
Yeah, definitely. So, Gaz, who do you want to pick for your run-through lap?
Oh, this is going to be tough, right? You know what? I think it would have to be... I was going to pick Robin or Thierry, but they're both so close together. Chances are I don't want to pick someone who's going to end up causing a bit of an issue if there's other drivers.
Yeah, there's a lot of close cars in a minute. Raukko's leading that sort of mini pack there. While we wait, who has another retirement? Yeah. Oh, Jake Saber's retired. Another reserve who has retired. So you come for the decision. Quick to read some say hellos. Raukko, hello, welcome to the stream. We have Matthew Green as always, welcome. Izzy, always welcome. Cairo's always hello, welcome again. Axel's here as well. Samad is here. If I could score points today, I'd feel bad for Ari.
I think I'll jump on with Thierry.
Ooh, as I just saw him do a bit of a Tokyo drift here in Singapore.
Yeah, he slowed down to let Sharu past on his flying lap, so he's getting himself back together. As we are coming up to the start-finish straight. So here we go, we're starting here at the start here, we're starting first DRS as we head into turn 1, which is Shears, so a bit of a lock up there in all its glory as we go around turn 2 and 3. A really tight left-hander here for 3 as we come down the semi-back straight onto what is known as the Herman Tilke flick of turn 5. Now this here is the next DRS zone. This is where you're going to find the most overtaking opportunities at the end of this. As we head into turn 7 of Memorial Corner, obviously turn 6 is the kink in the middle of that. Onto turn 8 of Stamford. Now Stamford is one of those corners where we are expecting a few people to clip the wall, as Thierry does so there. Around turn 9 of Padang. And then you can see the track is starting to dry up now, so we are expecting some decent times coming from these drivers as he thunders down to the Singapore Sling, which I think is probably one of the best named corners ever in F1. Around 10, 11, 12, it's like a sloping chicane onto this buckling straight onto 10, 13, probably the slowest corner off the track, I believe.
Yeah.
As we are heading up into this, I say this is the fair DRS straight here onto 10-14 of Connaught. Now Connaught is actually named after a boat that's
appropriate for today.
Very appropriate. Around 15 and 16. Now 16 and 17 here is part of the Esplanade chicane. Onto then what we got is 10, 18 and 19 of the Bay chicane, which they go underneath these bleachers and absolutely fantastic for the viewers there to see the cars go actually underneath them. Around 10, 20 and 21. So it's like those three chicanes are pretty much the same kind of tactics you got to do as we go around the final corners of 22 and 23 and back to the start and finish. It is a long circuit, but such a fantastic one.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I think Thierry didn't have the best lap, setting a 2:05 there, we saw. Axel's currently with the best of 1:56.3, so good time so far being said, but it's difficult to judge, obviously a bit being wet. Some drivers are more equipped for the wet than others. Let's have a quick look and see the chat. Matthew Green says lightning in 10 minutes. Jeez, lightning as well. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And also saw Ari retiring as well, setting a 2:02, so a bit of a crash there, I believe. Yeah,
it's going to be expected. They are going to struggle. But I've got to say the latest update for the game that's come out is actually helped your wheel analysis. Ooh. So when you're seeing, because if you look at the wets, I'm still on with TNE. If you look at the wets now, you can see there's grading along the tyre, which was never really that as visible as it was in the past. But that actually does fade a bit more when the tyres start to wear down a bit. So there has been an improvement on that if we're watching a full wet race.
It's about time. Obviously, the game is nearly at its end. So
yeah, it's
better late than never.
I think this is the point where they are testing little bits out to see whether if they work out well, then they can implement it on the new game. So we could be seeing some little minor new features popping in and popping back out again, all the way up to the new game.
That'll be very interesting. I'm looking forward to the new game. See what they do bring in. They've got yellow flags. There's someone letting someone else pass, so there's no worries there. Can Thierry better himself? Did he try one more time? Bit of a slide through that last corner. Goes a bit faster, 1.9 seconds, but not enough to get him where he's meant to be. So he's still struggling. Still a lot of time for Thierry to gain there.
Absolutely, it's just not like him to see him down there, especially behind Ari.
Oh yeah, Ari's obviously now DNF'd, so even more of a shocker there. As we see, Matty's got invalidation on the first corner. Big shame for him.
Typical DxT Matty.
As well. Yeah. Let's have a look with Scotty. Scotty's still in the pit, hasn't come out yet. Dean Fabrice has also come out for his first time. Who's on the lap? Stinos. Let's stay on board with Stinos anyway. He's won his out lap, so we're waiting board with him. I'll be waiting for him to cross the line. Guys, don't forget to check the description as well. We have the new DxT TV Live merch is out now, featuring TNE, TTFL liveries and stuff you can buy. We've also Heads Up podcast as well. You'll get a nice cartoon picture of me, Gaz, and Levo on there, which is going to be this Thursday as well. Don't forget to tune in for that. Super League merch as well will be on there as well. So all good stuff. Thank you for the last person who did subscribe. So I'm now up to 96, only 4 away now from that lovely 100 mark. And also don't forget to subscribe if you are on YouTube at the moment. I'm still waiting for these cards to go around. DxT Ferret Gaming, if you haven't subscribed to that, please subscribe to that as well to see all the coverage for not only the TTFL but the FSL Super League that TTFL are taking part in. Are we going to announce it now, or are we going to let TNE announce it?
Well, I think you've already kind of
so
just kind of already put your foot in it there. But
TNE,
then again,
go on again.
I am an admin, so I do have the right to start announcing this kind of stuff.
I'll give you the honours, guys. I will give you the honours.
Yeah. So we have officially, it has been announced that TNE would take part in the FSL, which for me, it's put me in a bit of a dilemma because I don't get to commentate on TNE.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, choose your words carefully.
If I had the opportunity, I would. Oh, Stinos!
What is he doing?
Invalidated his lap and decided to cut the corner.
Useless.
Oh no!
As long as you've got your TNE hat on, TTFL hat on, and supporting us, I am happy.
Well, to be honest, it's like with me, I've got to try and be impartial, but that race that you took part in was phenomenal.
It was
the only team to get a perfect result in the race.
Thank you very much. We did really well. So shout out to the drivers. I said I can't take all the credit. The driver,
you can't take any.
I picked the team. Come on. I picked the team.
Well, to be honest, I think the team picked themselves.
No, I picked the team. Big shout out to DxT Amar, our team captain. Unbelievable, how we managed the guys as well there. Myself as race engineer and our drivers. Raukio did fantastic. Speedy, fantastic. DxT Anthony was fantastic. Freedoms and Non-Human, big shout out to you guys as well. And also to Jake Saber, who literally everyone had such a good race. There was not one thing I could put wrong, other than Freedoms having a little bit of a spin. but the way that the team worked together to pull him back, like DxT Anthony slowed down to let him get DRS to catch back up again. It was brilliant. It was really fantastic to watch. So, guys, well done. Big credit for you guys making TTFL look good. So, well done.
I will be honest. I don't think that next week's going to be as easy as it was. Oh yeah.
I think it would.
I don't think it will. You might not be too worried, but I will. I do think that PRL will step it up, and MFR have guaranteed to have a team ready.
Fingers crossed
so
on that one. Yeah.
That'd be good.
But still, we're taking our credit. First team to get a perfect score, fastest lap, pole position, and 1 to 7 finish. As we see Leon there getting a bit unstuck, bit of damage on his wing there, so that'll be his lap probably over with, unless he can. Yeah, it's over there. You can see him losing the control on his rears.
Well, it looks like the DxT Matty's just stuck in a time of 156.2, which is a very nice time. And now he's on his, I would call it an in-lap now, slowing down to allow the Williams pass of Robin. But I've got to say this, like, after having a bit of an edgy start to the qualifying, he's really kind of strapped us a lap together really well there, and that's a very respectable time for a wet lap.
Just read Ari there. So Ari in the chat just messaged saying, "No, we've got TNE to worry about." We definitely do. Ari is their team captain, and he has brought a blistering team from TNE. That's actually got us a bit worried at TTFL. Like the likes of Damalio have joined, Thierry's joined, Ken Doyle has joined, Ken himself. So yeah, it's and some other names to probably come later on, but it is a bit worrying. But considering the size of TTFL compared to TNE, it's like, David and Goliath, and we know how that ended. So you never know.
Well, it all depends though, really. You don't know when you're going to meet them in the knockouts until the group stages are finished. Yeah. So you've got to kind of think about. Realistically, you want to be sticking yourself in first position along with them being in first, making sure that you won't see them until at least the semi-finals. But it'd be really nice to see a TNE TTFL final. Sure. And it'll be here at Singapore if it was.
It will be at Singapore. It'll be brilliant. Izzy's apparently is the vice captain, even though she's a commentator on TTFL. Izzy, bit of strategy there. I think might have words, might have to have words,
In all fairness, Izzy, this is where it kind of leaves me a bit like I don't like. I know Izzy's such a big fan of and big supporter of the TNE project. So I didn't want to take her away from focusing on TNE, but I really would hate to see her out of the comm box with me, because she did a fantastic job with me on Friday.
Yeah, it was brilliant. So thank you, Izzy, for jumping in. It was actually nice to hear a fresh voice in the commentary box, and it's obviously we know how difficult it is to jump into that, so hats off to you for doing that.
Yes, especially the fact that it was a first real time in commentary, because you don't count it when it was with Harry. That doesn't count.
Nah, definitely not. Yeah, you lost it properly with Gaz.
Oh my goodness,
you want to lose it to someone who's a bit more experienced. Let's be honest.
Wow.
So, changing the subject very, very rapidly. With 5 seconds to go left
very
in quali.
Quickly.
It's very, very strange this qualifying. So we have DxT Matty up in third, which is fantastic for the DxT boys, for us included. Then we have TNE Matty in fifth, which is unbelievable for the TNE. So the Matties have really stepped up today. DxT and Mars struggling at the moment in sixth. So let's see if he can improve himself. Sharu as well.
154.4. I was flicking between him and Axel, because Axel has got a purple sector 1.
Yeah,
so
I say keep an eye on that. He is purple. Raukio has
these are fantastic taps.
We just saw that in the background of looking at Axel. We saw Raukio strike it into the wall. We also have Stinos is on a blistering lap at the moment. Decky's up into 9th, which is brilliant to see, but now he's in the pits, won't have enough time to come out again. Just wondering if Wild Gamer could do anything. Also, you got Scotty's down there at 15th. Some big shocks here.
Oh my god, Axel just gave me the fright of my life. I was on board with him, and he came so close to clipping the wall. I thought it would be the game over, but he managed to hold it off really well. Don't know how that will affect his time, but it seems to be going strong right now.
Yeah, it definitely is. Stenos goes third with 155.5, so knocks DxT Matty down to fourth. Everyone shuffles down a bit. Amar is just ahead, I believe, of Axel. Let's see what Amar can do. He's currently 9 tenths up on his time, which will bring him quite a bit higher. Could jump a few cars here. One more corner to navigate. Cuts it perfectly, and as he crosses the line, goes third. Knocks Stenos down again. So 55.2. Can Axel take pole on this wet Singapore race? No, I don't think he did. I think he was just shy.
I think he just, just off. I think it might be like there was like little bits of it where his car was sliding a little bit from corner to corner, but that was still such a good lap.
It was a fantastic lap. It was a brilliant lap. So well done to these guys here. And then we go. Like, order kind of restored a little bit. Still some shockers, obviously, with Scotty down in 15th, not setting a lap. Ari obviously not having the best of laps, 2 minute 2. Rappold down there as well in 13th. Raukio in 11th, so another big shock there. But it's a dry race, so we've seen Raukio, we've seen what he can do. Raukio has the ability to come from 20th to first, which is to the frustration of everyone else. He can actually do it, and he knows he can do it. Samad is also a proven last to first finisher.
Samad is like on another level when it comes down to his pace. Really, when he hooks up a lap together, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he is. Brett, no, it's a dry race, so we have no moistness. Sharu is lagging a lot on my screen. He does tend to lag a little bit, Sharu, so just be aware, guys, if you are racing. Sharu's connection can be a bit dodgy. But yeah, Brett is a completely dry race. Don't forget as well, guys, to tune in to the TNE channels tomorrow for the Wednesday regionals and Thursday regionals. Obviously tomorrow and Thursday. And also for the Saturday across TNE, we have all the no assist and assist national tiers. Plus the US regionals will be on there as well for Monday, I believe that is. And Sunday night, I think there's US. And we have now the new iRacing Supercars tournament, which is now up and running. So don't forget to make sure you hit that if you do want to watch these races, because they are fantastic to watch. Find the TNE YouTube channel, Transnation Esports. Hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you get notifications when these are live. I want my last 18 minutes back. TNE, Brett, didn't enjoy that one. It wasn't too bad, you know. You got to take it for what it is. But this is the crucial thing. Okay, Gaz, what do you reckon tyre strategy is going to be?
Let's see. With Singapore, you are looking at high tyre degradation, so it could be a 2-stop. But everybody gets the whatever tyre, like they get a full tyre choice. So, yeah, they do. So starting on the harder compound. So a hard medium would be a comfortable.
This is very interesting, actually, guys. So I'll quickly run down the DxT starting grid, starting, of course, with our prestigious TNE pole position, which is held by Sharu himself. In second place, we have Axel. Third, DxT Singh. We have Stenos in fourth, DxT Matty in fifth, Chain Game Wow in sixth, Thierry in fifth. Thierry in seventh. The TNE TP and TNE Matty are in seventh and eighth. So TNE boys sticking together there. We have Deki, probably one of his best qualifying this to date at the moment in this season, in 9th. Raukio in 10th, Leon in 11th, Rappold in 12th, Ari comes in 13th, Scotty in 14th, and then our reserves for today, Samad, Jake, Wild Gamer, who actually wasn't a reserve. I'm not sure how he got down that far, so I'm not too sure on that one. And Bubble Rock, who I think did join late, so after with the glitch in the game, he puts him to the back of the grid, unfortunately. But the tyre choice is what we want to see. We have Sharu, Stenos, TNE Matty, Raukio, Leon, and Samad all choosing the hards. Then we have Ari and Scotty choosing the softs, and everyone else on mediums. Very, very mixed strategies here.
Yeah, I'm wondering what go through their mind on tyre strategy for the ones on the mediums, because I honestly would have went. I think hard to medium or hard to soft would be the choice. Are they thinking of going for a 2-stop or a medium soft?
Yeah, it's not.
Or maybe a medium soft if they have to pit early.
Because the softs
You're
don't
hoping
last that long, so it's a very interesting
No, not
choice.
at all. But are they hoping for an early safety car? Because then people who put the hard tyre on have really basically lost the benefit of the hard tyre if there is a safety car within the first 5 laps.
Very true. So I'll leave it over with Gaz now for the starts.
So we've got 3, 4, 5 red lights. They're out. And go, go, go as the drive-through penalty for Valkyrie for jumping the line. And he jumps.
Oh, yeah, a big, Valkyrie lost a
my
lot of
goodness,
ground there.
I think he slowed down. Because he had the jump start, I think he slowed down. I'm not too sure what's going on with it right now.
Wind damage has flown up as well. A bit of carbon has flown up in the air. Not too sure who's that from though. We'll have to have a little look and see. But everyone had a fairly clean start. Jake Saber got a penalty already as well at the start. I'm not sure what that was about. But everyone seemed to be getting. That was
I think with Rocchio slowing down.
Illegal overtake, maybe. So my button is not working. I am trying to get rid of the pole position thing. There we go. Oh, Ferret has somehow left, so it's just me on my own at the moment. I'll try and get Ferret back. My party is open, so I'll carry on my own for the time being. So we do have Axel leading the way, who has managed to jump Sharu. Third place, you have DxT Matty. Amar getting a dreadful start right now. He's sitting in 14th position. So what happened to him at the start of the race, I don't know. Typical Amar start there. Not fantastic from him. As we see him trying to make a little move down at the around the outside of the McLaren. Didn't manage to get that done. But at the moment, it's all early days. It's not even up lap 1 yet, and there's still a lot of changes. A lot of changes. So let's have a look at the penalties quickly, very quickly. So we do know that Welkier has got that drive-through penalty. If he serves it straight away, we will find out. Let's have a look with, so Jake got a 5 second. Not sure that was about. We'll have a look in a little bit, because I have kind of got rid of the data. There we go. Let's have a little look and see what that penalty was for. Collision with Raukio. Okay, so there we go. As Gaz has rejoined. Gaz, are you still in the game? Do you need another invite?
I will need another invite. I've just I don't know, it's just something just happened there. I was just watching Thierry when he had a little bit of an off.
Yes, don't worry, man. It said my internet sneezes quite a lot, so as long as it weren't my stream going down, we're all good. We're all good. Oh, big crash! Big crash! We have. Looks like it's between Ari and Jake Saber. Not sure what that was about, but they've now turned into Formula Fords. Apart from, half a Formula Ford for Jake, as we have a VSC has now come out. Not sure what that was about there. I did kind of miss that one. I'll have a look. It looks like, let's have a look at my replay camera quickly, as we are in the VSC. Is it a late break there from Jake Saber? Not too sure on that one. Not too sure. But yeah, it's interesting as well, because these two guys will be going head to head in the FSL, so that'll be interesting to see how this pans out in the future. Fingers crossed there's no aftermath, it's just all dealt with calmly. Raukio has indeed stopped for his and served his D drive-through, so we're all good on that one. Gaz, are you back?
I am back. I'm just back. Basically just recapping on everything I've missed, trying to see what happened. I think it was there was a connection issue or a game issue, because I got dumped out the whole game.
Yeah, most likely.
It was just a very bizarre moment. I've actually recorded the footage of the whole thing. Then just so you can, I'll share it with you later. It was just bizarre how it happened.
Oh, we have Jake's retired from the race for some strange reason. Not too sure. He did get a drive-through, a warning, sorry, a penalty for speed in the pit lane. So you got another 5 seconds on top of what he had already. So not too sure about that one. I'll have to wait and see. With the yellow flags in sector 1, which is obviously with him retiring. Scotty has been dispatched by DxT Singh. So Singh's now trying to climb up from 10th place after his terrible start there. So we know that Singh has these bad starts, but I've never seen one that bad. From thirds down to 14th, he was.
Well, the problem with the problem with the whole of this Amar thing is that when he loses ground, people know he's going to start losing ground, so they're now aware of what happens. So they're going to try and jump him as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah, something I think we need to train with Amar, because I said lost a lot of places there, so he's got a lot of ground to make up, and it's made his life a lot more difficult than it needed to be, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
So currently as well, we have only Scotty now, the last one on these softs. Now we have another spin from Wild Gamer as he stopped in the middle of the track. So guys, be careful as you come around the last corner. We're going to jump on board with Raukio. He's a bit further away, so it should be okay to clear the track. Not sure what happened with Wild Gamer there. Bit of a spin on the last corner, which is easily done. Easily done. Izzy's not too happy because Ari's now out. Well, not out of the race, but he's obviously in 17th. Dean is doing amazing at the moment, jumping up into 11th, as we have DxT Matty being overtaken by Chain Game Wow. Do you reckon there'll be team orders put in place for the Red Bulls here, with both obviously being sitting in third and fourth and fifth even?
Well, if they're going to give team orders now, it depends on who's higher in the championship, really.
Currently, I do believe in the championship.
Yeah, and if they believe that Stenos has got the chance to actually really push it up further on the table, then yeah, team orders may come in for Stenos to take that place.
Very true. Speedy's joined the chats. Welcome, Speedy. Cheering on Amar. Amar is still going to win this race. As we do have another spin, I believe that is Ari again, and it is, and he smashes into the wall with another VSC, and he is again a Formula Ford. He loves his Formula Fords, Ari, doesn't he?
Oh yeah,
he's a big fan. Maybe I recommend you trying a Assetto Corsa. If that's the game you like, Harry.
Or go back to Soccer Race Driver.
Oh, soccer! Oh yeah, that game. That was a classic.
Yeah, just go back to Soccer Race Driver. It suit you a little bit better there, Harry. You might actually learn not to crash.
Ooh.
I'll be honest. He's had some rotten luck in the last 28 weeks that I've known him, racing-wise. So it's and
this track isn't really the most forgiving. It is not the most forgiving for a mistake. As we see, TNE Matty G has come into the pits. Is that for a wing change or a strategy? Yeah, new wing for TNE Matty G there. Had a good qualifying, so now he's down at the 14th place onto the medium tyres. Samad has just been overtaken as well by Scotty, I believe. Scotty on those soft tyres, as you'd expect, is a lot faster than most of the grids at the moment. And he does need to make the most of these softs. Bit of a train forming behind DxT Matty as well, as his teammate has got DRS on him, and in turn TP has got DRS on the pair of them, but no overtake at the moment.
So, what would you say would be your tyre strategy down there?
So obviously, if I had the option, if it was, like this race, a wet race, I think I would have put on the mediums, because the mediums they're kind of the middle ground. They're quite safer. If you do get a safety car, and you're on the hards or the softs, it could really ruin your race. The mediums, you can you're in the middle, so you're kind of safe. Obviously, in the actual race, if it's dry quali, I'm most likely to be putting on soft tyres, and probably be going a soft, medium, soft. If they can stretch. I'm not too sure if they can stretch. If it's either that or it's soft, medium. One of the two. Depends on how the race goes.
Well, see, I will say the hards can work quite well at Singapore. So it's one of those very few circuits where the hard tyre is actually quite decent. So the one stop is the option really for time wise, but if you're battling, the current pace that I have at the moment, I will be battling at the back, so I will be going for the softer compounds.
Yeah.
So I'll probably go with the same kind of strategy as yourself.
Well, this is always good. Like I said, this is the final of the FSL, so it gives the driver the chance to get a strategy down. As we do have Sam has retired from the race. Sam has retired. That's another VSC.
He's gone out of the Singapore whip by the looks of it.
It's a very strange place to lose it, as we have another car ahead that looks like he's stopped on track, and it's Ari again. Very strange. Both Ferraris having a big struggle today.
So some had lost out of the Singapore whip, and I think Ari's just on the aftermath of the Singapore whip has really lost out.
Well, Sam's in the chat, so Sam, if you can let us know what happened there, mate, we appreciate it. He has messaged saying oops, so I'm guessing it was some sort of mistake he's made. So we've had literally, in the space of 7 laps, 3 VSCs, no full safety cars yet. Bit surprised at that at the moment.
Yeah, and Ari is struggling so much around the circuit.
Yeah, he is. He's currently 2 minutes behind, if that is correct. I'm not too sure his timings are correct, but 2 minutes behind the car in front. Has he been lapped already? He's been lapped. Looks like, I think.
Valkyrio's just passed him. He just could not turn under the bleachers. He really just found it really hard to get the car around that corner.
I think it is bad enough. We have what's that? Another car coming to the pits. Raukio spun on the last corner. Ari's got a penalty for speed in the pit lane that normally leads to a retirement with the way the drivers are. And there we go.
Yeah.
TNE Ari has now retired from the session. See, Raukio's got the wing damage as well as he spun the rears again, and he's gone again. And round he goes. Raukio's not having a good race. Like you said earlier at the start, with Raukio tends to struggle if he's not leading the way, which he is doing at the moment. So, is he? Unfortunately, your boys ain't doing too well today, as Raukio nearly went again. We have your boy Ari's out. Raukio struggling today. So yeah, Izzy's boys not doing too well. Amar. Sam had just messaged saying touch the wall on the inside. So I think that sent him into the wall. Big shame there from the very fast driver. Ari with an expletive in the chat as well. So shows how he feels right now.
Yeah.
The track's starting to spread out a little bit, just outside DRS at the moment. Other than a couple of, one driver or 2 drivers at the moment, with Thierry chasing down Matty, who's been dispatched by his teammates. As Thierry is making a move now on DxT. Matty down the inside. TNE versus DxT. Very good move there from Thierry into 5th. Matty down into 6th, with DxT Singh closing down very, very quickly.
And Thierry's really catching up quite quickly to Stinos. So
he is. He's doing very. I think Matty's done a good job there to bridge a gap between the three of them, because obviously at one point Stinos was under a massive attack from Thierry. Now Thierry's got 1.5 seconds to gain. Can he do it before his tyres?
1.3.
1.3, yeah. He's got to do it before those medium tyres come to the end of their life. Scotty is on 7-lap-old softs. Starting to feel the strain now, surely. As you can see, he's getting a bit out of shape there on the exit. We have Raukio in the pits again. And it's the retirement from Raukio as well. Unsurprising there. Down to 14 drivers, unfortunately, here. So let's have a look. We'll stay on board with the battle with Singh and Matty. So obviously DxT have got no team orders between each other. So Matty has got no right to give the position, nor has Amar got the right to demand it. So we're going to see some good DxT clean racing, hopefully.
Yeah. From these 2 drivers, you do expect it to be cleaner than a lot of other drivers that we've seen across the multiple leagues of the FSL. But because TNE itself is a very clean race anyway.
It is very clean. DxT
And these are
promote heavily clean racing as well, but it's still going to be a simple move, I think, for Amar. As you can see, based on ERS as well, Matty is very much struggling.
Yeah, I do think where Matty there just came off the throttle a little bit there to make sure there was no contact between him and Amar, knowing that there was no point defending against Amar when he's got that kind of pace. But it did give Amar a little bit of a challenge, build up to that overtake.
Sorry, guys, we have another VSC as we have a racing point has retired, but I don't know where he is on track. As the start straight again, that last corner is coming a crop of a lot of drivers at the moment. And we have another VSC.
Yeah, I can't believe it's a VSC after VSC. We definitely should have had a safety car.
Especially on with the places that these guys have crashed, they're not. Obviously, I think with this particular one, there was a big gap between the next car, which was Axel, and obviously the now deceased Racing Point. But yeah, I think I would expect a safety car already. The set has now ended. Raukio has messaged in the chat, well done to me again. So he's happy with his race today, obviously.
Oh, he's done fantastic, Raukio.
He has done brilliant. Let's have a look at someone else who's doing quite good at the moment, which is Dean Fabrice Decky, the decrowned tyre king, as he's sitting in 9th place right now. Right behind Bubble Rock, who just picked up a penalty for running a slight bit too wide there.
Well, Scotty's now in the pit to change those tyres. He's done really well with those soft tyres. Still got a little bit of life in them, but yeah, I think this is the right time to make him stop.
Of anyone, though, he was the one that could really have helped with a safety car just then. Safety car would have been the perfect timing for Scotty to come in and change for those hards like he has chosen now.
Yeah, but he's got a bit of time now. So I don't think he's going to get out before Repol, but he's right next to him.
Yeah, it's going to be
Repol
has got it the way. Yeah, he's got it quite clearly.
Yeah, but he pitted early, so he will pit again.
Yeah, he definitely will. Yeah.
All the drivers in front are still yet to pit as well. So Repol is actually leading the tyre strategy right now.
He is. He's doing very well. Other than the fact he is 28 seconds from Decky, he is doing very, very well. Wild Gamer in the chat as well. Rear end just wouldn't work. I had no traction at all. So that's why he was struggling today. So traction is a big part of this track, isn't it, guys?
Definitely. It's like every corner is a difficult corner. I don't think that, apart from turn 6, I don't think there is an easy corner whatsoever on a circuit. It is graded as a difficult level of 7 out of 10, rated by the drivers. I can't remember the exact name, but what George Russell's in charge of, because they rate the tracks from what Joe with a score between 1 and 10.
I forgot his name.
It's basically it's like the little fair group where drivers, when they get together, they have a little meeting about the safety of the cars, the conditions of the track. But they rate the circuits between with a score of 1 to 10 to say how difficult they are. And Codemasters actually uses that information when they rate tracks from easy to very difficult. And this circuit's one of those ones that's up there alongside Baku and Monaco.
Yeah, definitely. So during that, we did see Stenos has now overtaken Chengin Wow, and also Singh has got past Thierry. So Singh is on a massive charge right now. Needs to chase down the car ahead of Chengin Wow, which he's doing very, very quickly. But at the moment, 1.8 seconds the gap. Chengin Wow has just lost the DRS to Stenos ahead of him, which is going to put him under threat even more so. And Thierry just needs to hang on as much as he can, and he's struggling already as he's now just fallen out that 1 second mark. Speedy said, I need a Mars setup for this Super League. Yeah, I think we all need a Mars setup. Amar has the ability to set up the car. He's a bit like Niki Lauda when he sets up the car. I think he's got one of those backsides that can feel every motion in the car.
The only difference is Nicky Lauda can get a decent start.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a big difference. That is a big difference. Well, it just shows you how far Amar would probably be leading this race if he had a decent start, because he is, back up into 5th from 14th place. It's a big climb to make.
Do you think he does it on purpose? Do you reckon he just has a bad start because he's just like, I'll let them have a little chance. Give them a 5-second head start.
I couldn't tell you. Amar is probably one of the most chilled guys you can probably ever chat to, even like during a race when things ain't going his way. So it's very hard to tell if he does it on purpose or he's just chilled constantly.
See, I think the only time I've ever seen him mess up was a couple of weeks ago. When he really seems to mess up. No, I think that's when he was laughing too much.
That's not like a Lamar thing to do, in all fairness.
Yeah. I think, it was that when I debuted that audio clip of yourself.
Oh, yeah. That was a funny day.
That was the only time I've ever seen him do anything, like a big mistake on track-wise. Because he's always quite clean, he's always up there, and if he got the starts hooked up, then I don't see anybody beating him on track.
No, we don't. And just saying that now, we have got the leader has pitted for hard tyres. It's also caused Shane getting wild to jump into the pits as well. So this is going to be where the strategy comes into play, with all the undercut work.
I think the undercut will work on some drivers, but not all drivers. No, because like Amar's got like 3.6 seconds in front of him right now to make up a huge difference, as those medium tyres are starting to fade away and the hard tyres are coming into their own.
They definitely are. Let's have a look. Let's jump on board quickly with Scotty. He's approaching the back of Rappel. Nearly made contact with the wall there. Comment from Brett. It says Damala, and Phil me cracking, just making little puns. Apparently, I thought there was some updates, on the Super League.
I think he's basically he might be like about 20-30 minutes behind us, yeah. And it's like listening to what we were talking about the Super League, and I'll put a comment about who's going to be in that team.
As we see, Scotty's have flown past Rappel, who couldn't basically do anything really there. I've just noticed Scotty in the McLaren. It's not the usual car I believe we see him in. He may be a reserve for this race.
I will be honest, I feel like I'm a reserve right now in this race, so I'm just still learning who's who and who's in what car when it comes down to this. So I'll have to go with your word on that.
Yeah, Scotty is a reserve. I think he qualified as well, so that could, obviously with reserves are not meant to qualify, so maybe Scotty wasn't given that memo. As we see, the DxT boys are both pitting, sitting ahead of Matty. Both choosing the hard tyres.
Bubble Rock's jumped in there as well.
Bubble Rock, yeah, Dan jumped in there as well. He's also doing the same strategy, mediums to hards.
And another virtual safety car?
Ooh, that could help. That could have helped them actually, because obviously they're not going to lose that much time behind the safety car.
And it's Leon. Leon's gone Formula Ford. He's gone Avi style.
He must have liked the way Avi how he set up his car. I thought, I'm a bit of that as well. I fancy a bit of that.
I will be honest. The Haas does actually look like quite a good Formula Ford, to be honest.
I think it's because it's American, isn't it? Kind of expected.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Speedy made a comment. Italy, he made a mistake at turn 1. He did actually, yeah. Singh did make a big mistake at turn 1. I'm not sure where he finished. I can't remember where he finished in that race either. I think he's still done fairly well. Oh, actually, I don't think he actually. I think TTFL, when Amar was racing as a reserve, he was constantly winning, constantly up there in the top 3 all the time, always on the podium. He's now made the jump back to a full-time driver, and he's not scored a single point since. Don't ask me how. I don't know how, but he hasn't.
When I've been watching him, it's not like he's been making big mistakes, however. It's not like he's spinning out or crashing or getting involved in incidents. It just seems that he's not hooking up the laps or he's making minor mistakes that caused him heavily.
Yeah. As Thierry is pitted in now, so we'll see where he comes out in respect to, well, Singh and Matty really, and he's also his teammate Chain Game. Let's see how much this VSC hurt him. As you see, Axel passed, our provisional race leader at the moment. Onto them hard tyres for Thierry. Will he come out ahead? He loses the place to Singh. And I think Matty didn't get the best of laps then, because he has come out quite a way ahead of Matty.
Yeah.
So not hurt too much. Whoa, as Matty has a bit of a spin. Matty goes really wide, loses the place to Chain Game. Wow. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Matty.
That's it's unbelievable, but it's not very often Matty makes those kind of mistakes.
No, it's not. Sorry, read more chats to the thing. How many VSCs has there been? Speedy says, response from Izzy sums it up perfectly. 5 or some shit. It actually has been about 5, I think. Perfectly summed up.
I think it's 6.
I think he is actually nearly 6 now. Samad has mentioned as well. He said Amar finished P2 in Italy. I don't think that was in the not in the TTFL. I think that's what Speedy was on about, the TTFL race where he had a bad start. But it just shows you how quick Amar is. I think the TTFL league is not helping him. Whereas maybe it's on a Friday night, Amar is not focused on a Friday night for whatever reason.
Matty's made a good recovery after a little bit of an off. He's now right behind Robin, so we could be seeing a potential overtake very shortly between these two, because when Matty's on it, he really is on it.
Yeah, he is. When he gets in that the alpha focus, he does turn into a bit of a god on track. But we do know how Chain Game is very, very aggressive when it comes to defending. He was not going to give that place up very easily. Sinks as fast lap on a 139.4. Shows that then hards are now coming into their own. And as you see there, look, Chain Game has already started to gap Matty, who's now struggling with ERS. 3% ERS compared to 67% of ERS for Chain Game. So Robin really working his ERS management to perfection compared to Matty, who seems to be struggling today.
Well, I'm on board with Izzy's favourite Jinx victim, Matty Green, or Dave, as he's now been dubbed. So yeah, I'm watching him progressively struggling more and more with this circuit. He wasn't far behind Scotty Harris a lap ago, but now he's dropped down to 6.2 seconds, and Decky is getting closer and closer. So I don't know whether he's struggling with the tyres, he's struggling with the circuit, as he picks up another time penalty. It's just like he's just not. I think he's just not feeling comfortable with this circuit right now, or the setup he's got.
It's very difficult. But, if your setup is wrong for this setup, your setup's wrong for this race, or like you said, you don't feel comfortable with it, it's not a nice race to sit for 31 laps of. It's probably the worst 31 laps of your life. Yeah,
did he put a wet setup because of the qualifying?
Maybe that could be a good shout. Let's have a look on board with DxT. Matty's managed to claw his way back within DRS of Robin and save a bit of ERS management as well doing that. I did try to look as well in that time at how many VSCs there have been, and there's not a way to really see, unfortunately. So I thought Matty was within DRS this year. So he was within DRS there. He's flap just shut. 7 tenths, 6 tenths now. The gap between him and Robin ahead of him. Gaining quite a lot at the time now. So let's see if he can make a move here. He's a bit far away, and Robin's got a lot of ERS to use up to defend.
But we're still like halfway around the circuit, around the race. So still a lot of time there for Matty to really make every second count.
Oh, of course. As I said, the DRS management is the key thing. Now he's within DRS, he can really start saving his ERS and try and get some back for an attack later on in the race. Hasn't got to be done right this second.
Well, the one thing I would say about Singapore, it is very good for ERS. You can recover quite a lot just by coasting. That extra half a second in corners will give you a big chunk of ERS to use. So it's not like going to be like Monza where it's really tough to recover. So these drivers should be using it as much as they can.
Yeah, Matty really is. I said he's always within that 10% kind of area, so he's using everything he can just to stay within the DRS of chain gear, which does fall in and out of from lap to lap. As Amar said, another fastest lap, 1:39.2. Amar's starting to strut his stuff, but he does need to pull 5.3 seconds to Axel if he wants any chance of this race win, with the other two, Giroux and Stinos, yet to stop.
It'd be quite interesting to see how they feel their tyres are going, because everybody is going to be watching them to see how far they go, so they can judge whether they would need to jump on. Because if they go like, oh, the hards are going to last 23 laps, then like, yeah, we could do that, no problem. But then if they're looking and going, actually, these tyres are struggling when they get to lap 20, some of these drivers might opt out and go for a set of mediums at some point, or even push for a little bit of a set of softs at the end.
Oh, and also depends if there's a last minute safety car.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So that's me hoping there won't be any more safety cars, because I hate seeing the VSC. If it's going to be a safety car, we want a proper safety car, everybody jumping in for soft tyres and watch a battle at the end.
Not a fan of the VSC, as Amar picked up a penalty as well, so does Axel. So I thought for a second there, without a penalty for the two drivers, it could have helped. Stinos is in the pits. Stinos has jumped into the pits. Where's he going to come out?
Well, those with Axel and Amar getting penalties, and Thierry without a penalty, he's got a Thierry's just going to go, you know what, I just need to catch up with him. So a safety car coming out will basically save Thierry a race.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it definitely has. As you can see there, Amar and Axel have flown past Stinos. Thierry's not going to have that benefit. We've just slotted in behind. Stinos now on those medium tyres is going to be a massive threat, as the gap for a split second was exactly the same to what. So from Axel to Amar and Amar to Stinos was identical. It still fluctuates into that identical range. It's quite strange to see.
And that's the rate that Stinos has catch up with Amar is going to show that Stinos is still capable of probably getting a winner here.
Definitely so. I think he's now like the odds-on favourite, as he's already gained half a second on Amar.
So he's down. It's now a second from when he left the pits.
Yeah,
he's gained
flying
on Amar.
He is flying.
And with Giroux still yet to pit, Axel is not that far in front really, so he just needs to get past Amar and then catch up and be within 3 seconds of Axel.
Well, Giroux has heard that he's now pitting, so he's 19 seconds to gap as he entered the pit lane. I believe the pit lane is about 20. I think it's quite a long one here, 21 seconds, I believe, maybe 22.
Well, it's the approach, the pit approach that actually is the hard part. Really, that really does hamper your time, because the exit is quite short.
There it is, and there we go. So he's going to come out behind Singh. Will he come out in front of Stinos? That is the question. Oh, it's going to be close on the exit here, and I believe Stinos just get in front of Giroux. So there we go. Look at the undercut there coming into play for Stinos, and flies past the rival there of Giroux. Now this could come into help massively for Axel and Singh, as these two cars are going to start battling it hammer for tong for the last 12 laps of this race.
Well, Stinos has picked up a 3-second penalty.
He has.
So those top three are basically on equal grounds right now. So Giroux just needs to focus on the fact that keep the race clean and start climbing up, because I do think they're going to get closer and closer at the end, and coming the end of the race we could have a front four that's going to be within a matter of a few seconds of each other.
So from our pit lane report very quickly, we have Samad saying if there's another VSC or safety car, at least one more, then it'll be the limit of 6. So we shouldn't see any more after this. Fingers crossed anyway. Just jumped on board quickly with Decky, as I thought he was going to make a charge for TNE Matty. Matty managed to defend fairly easily. But it's going to be a good battle, this, because it's got basically fresh mediums, fresh hards, sorry, versus relatively old mediums. We'll come back to that. I want to have a look quickly with the leaders again, as Sinos still holding on to, trying to chase down DxT Amar there. DxT Amar.
Yeah, I honestly think Shrew is actually allowing Stinos to push on that gap.
Oh, and there we go. Look, that's his reward. Another penalty for Stinos. That makes it up to 6.
Yeah. Shrew is just going to go like, you know what, Stinos, you go ahead. You go and battle up with Amar, because as he battles with Amar, he drags Shrew along for the ride.
There he
Shrew's
goes.
like that guy, like, you're just basically bumping me up from 4th to 2nd at the end of the race. And obviously, all 3 of these are catching up with Axel right in the front.
Yeah, and currently, right now, Shrew is 3 tenths away from the race win, because they are now all bunched up so close together.
Well, the race ends right now. They're 2nd. Yeah, we would be looking at Shrew as a winner.
He's got a bit of he's got the gearbox glitch. I will try and stay on this battle, but not on Shrew too much, because I don't want to have your ears all burst listening to that.
I can't believe you got the gearbox glitch with him, because I have not. That is quite shocking.
Yeah, it is still there. So this is going to help out Axel a little bit, because as these guys are battling, it's his chance really to push, and he needs to really. He does need to push, because he's in danger of losing his potential race win.
Absolutely. But then he's got to keep it tidy as well, because if he makes another, I think he's had a few mistakes since getting that penalty, so he could easily pick up another penalty, and that would give Amar the leapfrog as Stinos gets past Amar on track.
That was a fantastic move there through turns 1, 2 and 3.
Absolutely. Stinos had a very good move in there, and Leon with a 5-second penalty for cutting a corner.
He's got a full
is he
yellow
out?
as well. No, he's not out of the race. I think he's just...
No, it's Leon. Leon's crashed. He crashed at Padang, which is turn 9.
Yeah, he had a padang into the wall there, I think.
Maybe that's why they call it Padang.
Padang! Oh, look at this battle here. I'm on board with Shrew watching this battle. You can see everything. You can see Stinos versus Axel, and obviously Shrew versus Singh. Oh, there's a big lock up there from Shrew. I thought he was going to plough straight into the back of of Amar, and he luckily just managed to get it stopped.
But the thing is, though, it's like the problem with that is like we had Leon stopping just off track at the on that corner. It allowed the 4 leaders to get through, and it was just like thinking, oh, this could be potentially an accident, because Leon is sitting at quite a dangerous location.
Yeah, he was. If one of them did, like I said, did go a bit wider than Shrew did, then it would have been a big crash.
And we've got TNE Matty G, who's found some pace, and he's got himself past the pole and absolutely flying there. He's now in 11th. He's still got a bit of work to do to get himself in the points there to catch up with Decky. But he's also got 12 seconds of penalties to deal with as well.
Stinos makes a charge for the first place, gets Axel the opposite side of where he got Amar, and Shrew gets Amar napping and jumps up into 3rd place. And the penalty to boot. So now all these guys have penalties. It is now a race completely on merit, other than Stinos, who's got 6 seconds. This is where Stinos needs to pull away 3 seconds. Everyone right now is on either 6 or 3. Stinos with 6 seconds of penalties. Axel, Shrew and Amar with 3.
But Stinos been on those medium tyres. He's got the grip to actually make a difference. Whereas, and that's the same for Shrew. So could be like, and Stinos has gone to AI.
Oh no! Have we lost Stinos?
No, we haven't lost enough. He went AI, so he's paused the game for whatever reason. At a critical moment, because Axel has got in front of it, and so is Shrew. And it's too wide.
There's a big crash. Big crash.
Stinos and Shrew come together there, go through Connaught, and Stinos just could not handle that, and he's now lost a big chunk of wing and several places to boot.
Yeah, that's his dreams of a win here in Singapore out of the window. Let's have. I was going to quickly look at the replay of that because they went 3 wide, basically down that main straight with Stinos not being there for whatever reason. Just clips the rear end of Chiru as it looks like he lost the back end and clipped the rear end of Chiru. Spun.
Yeah. So what this has done is basically just said to these 3 guys, all right, you've got the podium now, but what order is it going to be?
Yeah, it
as
is.
Stinos is speeding in the pit lane and has retired from. So upset from what has happened, as Chiru is now making the move. As he Axel does well to defend that. As they're now coming through into I find this the most enjoyable part of Singapore. I do love watching. So that's like go from turn 8 all the way round to turn 13. I do love that, how it flows.
Yeah, it is a very good flowing track. It does feel nice when you do master it as well. Quickly read a comment from Brett. Don't know why you'd pause in a time like that. That incident is on him. Which, you know what, I kind of agree. He was already. I'm not sure what the situation is, why he paused it, whether if he was on a pad, so his controller died, I'm not too sure. But that, whatever the reason was, it's cost him the race.
Yeah, absolutely. We're on lap 24 of 31. So, still got 8 laps of this battle to deal with, and I don't think it's going to be resolved anytime soon. I hope it lasts right into the last lap. I really do, because this is absolutely fantastic. But with Stinos dropping out, this is basically giving TNE Matty a points position at the moment.
It has, yeah.
And he's actually made up like a huge gap to Rappold. So Matty G with possibility of having some points there.
Well, currently, I said at the moment, but other than this battle here we're watching, everyone else is fairly gapped out. We have a 11 second gap, 10 second gap, 16 second gap, 17 second gap, as Chiru's taking another run around the outside of Axel, who defends it nicely. Chiru's going to switch back, trying to get the under again. Can't get it done. Axel's to put his card all the right places. And again, Chiru's trying to go around the outside, switching it back to the inside, but look at the run that Axel gets out of that corner. So we see another attack from Chiru, has a little look, thinks better of it in the end, probably a wise decision. But look at Chiru, he is chomping at the bit to try and get past Axel. Axel is just defending perfectly right now.
Well, the great thing about this is that those medium tyres will last to the end. And then at the point when those medium tyres are getting to their limits, these hard tyres are probably getting to the maximum. So this could be a very tight battle when it comes down to pace right near the end, because the tyres will be in similar kind of abilities. As Axel picks up another tyre penalty,
which basically this
it would either calm down Chiru or make sure he got you out. He should let me pass. He should let me pass. But then Amar is just waiting for these mistakes to happen.
He is. Amar's moment is it's like watching a documentary about a seal and a little and a shark. Amar's just sort of circling and waiting for that moment for a little mistake to make the opportunity.
I wonder if you went for seal, you should have went for killer whale and orca.
Killer whale, yeah, orca,
because sharks don't tend to go for seals.
They do. I've seen them.
You've seen it, but it's seals versus with killer whales rather than seals versus sharks.
Let's have another look and see the Chiru is a lot closer to the back of Axel this time. Axel still got a massive advantage on straight line speed as Chiru tries to go down the inside this time, and he can't get it done. But he's got a better run out of the corner this time. Still on the outside again, but Axel again is just defending really well. Couldn't defend it that time though. Chiru has made that position and up into first place. Great battling from these two.
It's the fact that it was the battling was so close and it was so clean. It was just amazing to watch it. Now I'm wondering what Amar's thinking right now, because Amar is sitting there watching this battle. Does he think that right now Chiru's got past Axel now? Does he want to get past Axel? Even though he knows who's going to get second, but if he gets past Axel, he could just start putting pressure on Chiru, and hopefully Chiru can make a mistake for him.
Yeah, But at the moment, look at the gap already. Sharu was really pulled out ahead, and Axel needed that gap to be under that 1 second. As Axel gets a bit unstuck. There's a more time advantage there. Not really anywhere Amar can make an overtake, as Axel kind of blocks the track.
If Axel spun out that, if Axel spun out at that moment, I don't think Amar would have had enough time to avoid an incident because he was so close. But Sharu now just looks like he's put on 2 seconds from that last quarter they overtake from half a lap ago. That's a phenomenal pace he's got right there.
It is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I'll jump quickly on board with. A bit too far away, I think. Let's have a look with TNE. Yeah, DxT Matty a bit too far away. Same as DxT Sing, a bit too far away this time to make an overtake. Let's have a look with Matty. Can he make the jump on this next straight? Within DRS of Chain Game, wow. Similar age tyres. These two have been battling it out basically the whole race now. And again, Matty's still struggling for that ERS. And Chain Game still with 30%.
So we're coming up to the what we call the final stages of the race. Who's really impressed you the most so far?
Who's really impressed me? Let's have a look. Ooh, that's a good question actually. See, it would be between Matty and Decky, because they're doing very well at the moment. Bearing in mind we have got a lot of DNF drivers, but they are up in the point score positions. This probably would have been a good chance for Ari to get some points today. Unfortunately, couldn't be done. But you know what? At the moment, it's got to be Singh. Obviously, he had a terrible start, which is the worst I think I've ever seen in for a long time. And then to come back into third place just shows you the pace he would have had if he managed to just hold out.
A potential second on the cards right now if he get it.
Yeah, I
with the
think
way things align. So
he could have been a potential win. I think he would have been so far ahead of everyone else right now.
Absolutely, because if you take for because you drop down to 14th, obviously it'd be like what 30-40 seconds on top of what he is now.
Yeah, as he does make a move on Axel down the inside. Great overtake from Amar. Not much Axel can really do to defend that, but Sharu is already 5 seconds clear. He's got a nice little window to for another little mistake. If he makes a little mistake, he's still got that little 4-second gap.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is where Amar needs to pull out some of his magical racing ability, because it's fluctuating at the 4.8 time, so it's back over up and down at that point. So it'll be quite interesting to see if Sharu makes a mistake, whether Amar could close that gap a bit.
So while we have got this kind of lull in the race, don't forget guys again to check out the description in the DxT TV live YouTube channel. There we have got obviously now the DxT merch featuring the FSL, TTFL and Heads Up podcast. Also as well we have the Discord to make so you can join in on all the other leagues we do take part in, because it's not just TNE and TCFL. There's a lot more. We have Raiders Racing League we are also a part of, but we do commentate on as well. Do check out DxT Ferret Gaming, TNE's own channel, Transnation Esports. Great YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe buttons on all of them, including mine as well. Remember, 4 away from 100, and then I will stop mentioning it. I don't care. TNE have got 500. That's fine. They've been going for like 5-6 years. If I can get 100 in my first year, that's it. I'm done. I'm on par with them. It's fine. I'm happy. I can wish, I can dream, can't I? I can dream. Hoodies, yes, Gaz. Gaz. Yes, Brett, we do have hoodies as well. We have TTFL hoodies. We have Heads Up podcast hoodies. We have Formula Super League hoodies, all of which are completely customizable. So if you do want to put your own little spin on it, put your own name on it. You have hats and all sorts as well. You can put anything you want on it. You can order writing you want. It's very, very good. I've literally just spent £150 as well on that. And also for the added bonus, if you do buy within these next 2 weeks, you do get 15% off your first order as well. 4 years, correction, 4 years. I think go for 4 years, that's happy. We also have the Twitch channel as well for TNE for the supercars now. So that's a brand new channel for Twitch. Brett, if you can link that in the chat, you guys you can check that out as well and hit that follow button. Be fantastic. Well, that's a big plug section there. Gaz, anything you want to plug? Plugs.
No. But I was actually just going to ask you a little quick question about the circuit. If you see if you can guess, who do you think holds the racing lap record for Singapore?
Michael Schumacher.
Michael Schumacher.
Yeah.
Really, the current circuit layout started in 2018.
Yeah. On this circuit layout.
This circuit. Yeah.
Okay. I do remember. Obviously, it has been going for years. This Singapore circuit.
It's been going on since 2008.
Okay, so it's good. It's obviously going to be Lewis Hamilton, surely. It must be Lewis Hamilton. Really?
No.
In the last 3 years?
Yeah.
It can't be Vettel
Last
or
3
Max.
years.
Don't tell me it's Max.
Nope.
Valtteri Bottas.
Nope.
No, go on. I give up. Hang on 1 second. We have got a spin. It looks like it's Leon who spun on the bridge. He wants to be very, very careful there. It's not a place you want to be facing the wrong way as he's hitting the reverse. We're just going to quickly stay on board and we see Singh overtake. He's gone back a little bit further. You don't want to get too far back. Right, now is your chance. This is your chance. Quickly go. Keep going the wrong way around the track. Leon, this is your chance to go. Okay, wait. Hold it, Leon. One more car. Now spin. There we go. He's round.
He's done well to keep himself from getting disqualified and stopping out and not causing any more havoc for the front runners.
Okay, so we've got two guesses in the chat. We have Brett saying Sebastian Vettel in 19 and Izzy saying Lance Stroll.
Can I tell you something? Lance Stroll would be the closest because it's a racer that you would not expect.
Ocon.
No.
Okay. No. George Russell. I don't
know. No. I don't think Williams would ever get a record.
Go on.
Right?
Give up.
I'm actually sure this is on Drive to Survive Series 1.
A driver you wouldn't expect. So obviously I'm not on this. It's not Perez because I would expect Perez to do quite well. Let me think. So Ocon, you said no. Stroll, you said no. I guess I know Williams. It won't be Russell or Latifi.
They're not a current driver.
Good. Oh, okay. Grosjean.
Nope.
Magnussen.
Yes, Magnussen.
My next guess would have been Nico Hülkenberg.
But you gotta remember the Haas in 2018 was a very quick car.
Yeah, very well. Yeah, okay, we go. Oh wait, Kevin Magnussen in 2018. There we go. Brett got there eventually.
I think he googled it.
Yeah, for the help of Google. Scotty was higher from the race from 8th place. Obviously, I think he was a reserve, so that will bump everyone up. So Matty will get an extra point. Decky will get an extra point, and Rapport will get that final point as well. So anyway, last race. It's basically the last lap now. Took us a long while to get to the Kevin Magnussen answer. As we see, Sharu pulled off an amazing race. Will win this unbelievably on the alternate strategy. Comes in first place. Great race from Sharu as the fireworks are being sent off. The second place will go to DxT Singh. Third will be Axel. We have got a little bit of a change as Matty has finally made the jump up into 5th. Can he hold it on penalties? We're going to wait and see because that is a crucial overtake there. The last possible moment. TNE Thierry will come in 4th. Great race from him. Kind of kept himself quiet. And great race from Matty. He waited until the literal last possible moment. And will he keep 5th? That is the big question. Got one more, or 2 more corners to navigate.
I don't think he can. Robin picks up time penalty.
No way. Was that what just caused? No. Oh, we have to check that out after this. Has that just lost chain game positions as Bubble Rock goes flying into chain game? Oh.
That's a great way to end the race.
The TNE Matty now just waiting for him and Dean Fabrice to cross the line. Great finishing from them, finishing 8th and 9th. Not had the best of races, the pair of them. A lot of issues. And there we go.
Got to give fair play to Leon there. Even though the race is pretty much over, he is still getting out of the way for these drivers.
He's still getting out of the way for his teammates. So fantastic from him. Oh no!
Oh, no way!
Has he crossed the line? I don't think he has. Oh no! I don't know what happened.
He spun out. Oh my god! He's still
Did
got
he
it. He's still got
cross?
7th. He crossed.
Did
I
his
think
teammate just help him cross the line?
I think Leon hit him across the line.
If so, that was the best teammate play I think I've ever seen.
Oh my goodness.
God!
Leon's a legend when it comes down to that. That was amazing.
Did he cross the
I was
line?
actually
I don't-
on board.
He didn't
He did
cross the line
before he spun out.
He did. His
He put
teammate
him across
helped
the
him. His teammate helped him. Oh, Leon! My driver of the day is Leon. I'm sorry, it has to be done.
Yes, it
Leon,
has to.
definite driver of the day for that one. Unbelievable end to that race. So here we go. Let's get these standings out the way. So there's a couple of things I want to check as well. So Sharu is your winner there. Unbelievable race from him. Started first, finished first on the alternate strategy. Did fantastic. Seeing with that, unfortunately, that terrible start he did have, managed to close back up into second. Just shows you where he possibly could have been if he didn't have that bad start. Axel in third. Thierry comes in fourth. DxT Matty does make the overtake on the last, and there we go. Chain game well. Last corner penalty has cost him 5th place as they are matched on penalties. So 5th place is Matty's. Robin comes in 6th. TNE Matty is in 7th with a little help from his friend Leon. We have Dan Bubble Rock in 8th. Dean comes in 9th. 10th place is Scotty Harris, but obviously as a reserve he will not score points. I believe Rapport will take that last point position in 11th. We have Leon in 12th, Stinos in 13th, Wild Gamer 14th, Raulcare 15th, 16th was Samad, 17th was Ari, and Jake was 18th. Obviously, with Stinos down, Stinos, Wild Gamer, Raulcare, Samad, Ari, and Jake all DNFers today. But what's the race?
I've just got to say about that, the whole TNE Matty getting saved by Leon. Now, TNE Matty was actually going to wait to allow Leon to get past him before rejoining the racing line to get across the line. If he did, it would have took him an extra 2 seconds to get across that line, and that was the gap he had with the penalties to the driver behind him. So Leon saved his teammate a point or two.
Matty just said in the chat, I spun
amazing.
on purpose. I don't think you would have done, my friend. Or I don't think you realised how close it was to you losing that position.
I think he spun on purpose, thinking he could just spin across the line. Absolutely bodged it because it stopped before the line, and then his teammate saved him.
Also, some breaking news as well, guys, for you football fans out there. Man City have won the Premier League after Man United, I believe, lost today. So well done to Man City. You are the champions of England once again.
Yeah, it was inevitable. It was just that Man City's latest run of form has been terrible. But yeah.
So apparently there is a glitch in the game. It has given Matty the fastest lap, doing a sub-minute lap, 59-second lap. Matty, who you trying to pull? That you're not getting that.
That must have been the last. That must have been the last lap. I think it was a glitch because Leon hit him, and that's why he got that time.
Yeah, he spun him into next week.
Spun him into like an hour earlier, like giving him a bit of travelling back in time.
Alright, let's have a look. Let's get these two guys in for a little chat. I'm not sure. I think the fastest lap, I think it probably would have went to. I don't know. Let me have a look.
I'll find it. I actually screenshotted it.
Oh, there we go. So yeah, we'll find out how fast lap was. I think my bet's gonna go with Amar. I reckon was fastest lap.
All right.
It wasn't.
Was it you? Oh, never mind.
I think it was Leon.
Leon?
Yep. On some soft tires.
Well done, Leon.
Yeah, Leon with a 137.2.
Fantastic, Leon.
He does.
Unbelievable. So Axel has joined. I'm not sure if Sharu tends to join these interviews, so we'll just jump and we'll carry on. If Sharu does join, he joins. We'll start off with our third place finisher, Axel. Not the best of races for you today, pal. You started really well. You had a great battle with Sharu, which I thought was unbelievable. You kept it behind so long, it was unreal. Before we do start talking, can we have a quick mic check?
Mic check.
There we go. Just so Brett's happy. He hasn't even asked. I know he's going to ask. But yeah, so it was a good race for yourself, but obviously not the result you probably would have wanted today. So how was it for you?
Yeah, it was okay. I started good and got a pretty big gap, but I was struggling during the virtual safety cars. There were like 5 of them, and every time Shiryu caught a little bit because I think he was a bit gutsier on the Delta. But other than that, yeah, I just didn't have the pace today. Amar and Shiryu were quicker, Stenus as well, and I made mistakes of getting penalties, so P3 is the best I was gonna get, really.
So was it down to setup, or is it just not a track you're particularly comfortable with?
I hate this track, it's horrible.
That doesn't help. But well done for
How
your
dare you.
for third place. I like this track. I think it's quite good.
For him and Tilt Track, this is legendary.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the best. So obviously, with qualifying being full wet, was that a big? How difficult was it to set a lap with the full wets on?
It was pouring out there, so I was just sliding, drifting in every single corner. But yeah, I liked wet, but this was a bit too wet. It was horrible. But I got a good time in the end, so it's all good.
Well done. It was a good race. You give Shrew a run for his money, but I think you were fighting a pretty much losing battle. So well done anyway. Okay, so Amar. Your race starts are getting worse and worse. You went from 2nd to 14th. What happened? What is the issue with you and race starts? Because it used to be okay. He loses 1 position, then 2, then 3, 14. Amar, what happened? What happened up the race start?
I didn't get a good start off the line. Lots of wheel spins, and then Matty was on my outside, and then someone was on the inside of Stinos. So I think it would have made it 4 wide, so I backed out of that. I had to take to the side of the track, and then when I came back onto the track, there was another battle happening, so I just tried to avoid that as well. And then I ended up facing the wall basically, so I had to put the brakes down, or I would have just crashed into, I think it was one of the Williams. So I just completely stopped, and then just started off back in 14th. That was my.
But how do you prepare yourself for that? Obviously, you qualified in 3rd place, I believe. 3rd place qualified. Then to go from 3rd to 14th within the space of 2 corners. For most drivers, that's the end. That's it. They're done. But you just fight your way through and not only keep it clean. You get through fairly without incident, and then you come in 2nd. How do you do that? It's not something that is very common. You expect it. Say you started and last on the grid, and you come forward. Yeah, okay, you're determined to do that. But once you've already got there, and then that mistake's happened, what's your mindset in that situation?
I think I just the reason I just take all this avoiding action, I think, is because I know I have the pace to potentially catch up. So that's why I'm very careful off the starts, and I try to just not get damage or get put out of the race. I know I have the pace to get back up there if I need to. So I think that's a lot of the reason why my race starts are so bad, because I just give everyone extra room, extra space, because I don't want to be taken out of the race completely.
That's fair enough.
So, I mean,
So
yeah,
you
when I was
enjoy
with
doing
14,
that fighting way through the grid as well? Do you get an enjoyment out of it? Or is it just
Yeah, it's
for God's sake, another car, it's another car, it's another car?
I mean, it's a challenge, right? To see, can I make it back? Is it possible? Knowledge for next time. There's no point retiring in that situation because you got nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly. Gaz, have you got any questions quickly for these two?
Not really, no. I just got to say, congratulations to both of you. Unfortunately, Amar, that you would have got our vote for driver of the day if it wasn't for Leon's hero actions right at the end.
Yeah, that was quite something. So basically,
What
TNE Matty decided to do a spin across the line, as you tend to do. But I think he misjudged not only the gap between him and DxT behind, but also how far he was from the line. Leon kind of saw he wasn't going to make it across the line and just basically ploughed into him to push him across the line. So it was quite a like dive on the grenade moment, like Saving Private Ryan kind of shit. So it was really good.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely worst driver of the day.
So obviously, this isn't all we've got from Singapore. We have got it on Saturday. Axel, I will ask the same question. Does this change your strategy potentially for Saturday?
Well, first of all, I'm not racing on Saturday, so it won't. But the strategy, medium hards, was probably the best. It is probably the best strategy, but I just couldn't make it work.
And obviously, a same question, because obviously we are racing together on Saturday in CIS Tier 1. What's your strategy going to be going forward for this, or are you going to keep that close to your chest?
I'm not sure, to be honest. The other strategy was soft, mediums, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or something like that. I felt like the mediums were very quick, but I haven't tested out the softs yet. And the hards felt okay. I think they were a lot quicker towards the end. Just because I think I was catching Shrew towards the end.
After you got past Axel, the gap didn't really increase from 4.8 seconds. So you was kind of holding him quite honest, really.
Yeah, I wasn't really pushing at that point either, because even if I caught him, I just wouldn't have gone for the overtake. I think Shrew's connection today was tragic.
Yeah,
it was just all over the place. I think when I was behind everyone, there was Shrew, Axel, and Sten just 3 wide all the time. I just stood all the way back, just nope, because Shrew's car was everywhere.
Yeah, there was a couple of times I had to go to look, and I had to jump off because he either had a gearbox glitch or he was just bouncing from wall to wall.
Yeah, even if I caught him at any point, I would have just not tried to overtake, because it would have ended up with Stenos. He just got whacked because of I think lag.
Probably couldn't tell where Shrew was. Bit unfortunate. So with Russia being our next track, how confident are you guys for Russia?
Not that confident.
I like Russia actually. It's much better than this track.
So, Amar, why are you not confident around Russia?
I don't like the last sector anymore. They changed it on this game and it's horrible.
And Axel, why do you like it?
Yeah, I like Russia.
What's your reason?
I think I don't know. I feel we're very quick around there.
I can't believe your view on Russia.
Japan is still the best track though.
I can agree on that. It's one of the best.
It is fantastic. Well, thank you guys for joining us in the commentary for interviews. Thank you everyone for watching, and mostly for you guys racing, because without you we wouldn't have a race to watch. Congratulations to Leon, our driver of the day. Thank you guys for joining us as well. That was a fun race.
It really was a fun race, and I'm actually about to upload the Leon save onto YouTube, so I'll send it into the Discord for everybody to have a little watch.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely the one. Patrick, Shrew won this race. Amar came second, and Axel coming in third. But yeah, we'll wrap it up there. So guys, don't forget to tune in to TNE Esports YouTube channel for Wednesday and Thursday regionals. Thursday obviously featuring myself and Gaz Racing. And then it's over to DxT Ferret Gaming for the TTFL. And also for the no assist and assisted nationals on Saturday. And also for Sunday now for the Formula Super League, featuring the best drivers from TFL, including Amar himself. So thank you guys really for watching. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. I said 4 more away from 100, and I promise I'll stop on about it. But until then, I'm going to keep nagging, I'm going to keep begging, and being a bit of a scrub. But thank you very much for watching. We'll see you very soon. Good night.